What's going on, guys? It's Andy back again with my weekly thoughts. Apologize for my voice. I've had a little bit of a head cold this week, so that's why I'm a little bit late getting this week's episode out. I usually try to get these out on Monday, but I think the weather change here in Oklahoma City got me this week. We went through a pretty drastic temperature change throughout the week. There was one day where it was 75 and the next day 30. So here we go. So what I did this week, while I was home being sick, is I did watch a lot of YouTube sports card stuff. So it's always fun. And every time I watch some of the great collectors out there, it gets me thinking about, different cards that maybe I haven't collected before. And what it does, it gets me to researching different things. And that's what we're going to talk a little bit about today is researching cards. I watched a couple of videos. One of them came out, I think, a couple of weeks ago. It was my good friend Scotty Tradition. He put out his top 100 cards in his collection. He does that every year. And then another great friend, Josh, Rated Rookie, he does the same where he puts out his top 100. And so far they both split these up into two videos of 50 cards each. And Josh just has his 50 to 100 out at this moment. So I'm looking forward to seeing the top 50. But it's great to see how other people put their collections together, get to see the different depth and variety and just quality of cards that people are collecting. And you kind of you see these collections, and it tells you a little bit about these people as far as what sports are they into, or what players and this and that. And it's really neat to see that, and it kind of gives you some ideas. I'm not really one to be a copycat, but it just kind of watching these, it inspires me to think outside the box of, maybe things that I have been collecting and maybe look into some new things, because that's always fun for me. The researching part, whether it be a player, if you're into non-sports, you can even watch like documentaries, which I'm a big fan of, about, certain historical people, and then of course, you want to research the cards because that's the big thing. Like once you decide like a player or some kind of historic figure, or maybe like a superhero character, TV actor, whatever it may be, once you decide who you want to collect, then it's time to see like what is available out there, because you don't want to make the mistake of just like be like, oh, I want a card of this person, and then you just hop on eBay and you just buy like the first thing that you see. I like to always do plenty of research before I make that first purchase, because you don't want the first purchase to be one that you regret. You kind of want that first purchase to be kind of that cornerstone of the collection. And every time you look at your collection of that particular person, you want to remember, oh yeah, this was the first one that I actually bought. And for me, like collecting Westbrook all these years, like I still I still remember that first card. And that's one that is probably still to this day my favorite. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that it was the first one, and I'd really done my research and kind of figured out, what s- type of cards I wanted to target and all that. So, but yeah, that's just a lot of fun, and I've kind of started thinking about in my head, I've kind of got the wheels spinning a little bit about a couple of different ideas of things that um, I may want to start collecting. And this last week has given me plenty of time at home to, research both the people that I'm thinking about collecting, and then obviously hop on eBay and look around at different cards and different sets and stuff like that. So that's been a lot of fun. Now, one of the other things that I will mention about watching a lot of sports card content this week is, man, there's a lot of complaining going on out there. And most of it is, pretty repetitive stuff. Just, I don't know how many videos need to be made about, the card prices going down. And I'm not sure that people can make it any more dramatic with some of their titles than they already have. Some of these titles, it's kind of, the usual clickbait type stuff. And, I understand that those titles are what gets the clicks for some of you guys, but when it comes to like some of this stuff, I think we kind of get the point. Um, I still have a lot of my favorite channels that I like to watch, and um 90% of those channels I would guess are not people that would show up in your recommended feed. So, just so you guys know, there are tons of great sports card channels out there, tons of great collectors out there. And you just need to, just like we're talking about with the cards, do some research on, what you want to watch. And I I guess I get the whole drama aspect of what some of these guys are doing, and why that's appealing to some people. Um, but I mean, for me personally, it reminds me too much of the news, and it reminds me of why I rarely watch the news anymore, because it's just so over the top, dramatic, and I'm just not a huge drama guy. Like, I would much rather watch a video where somebody's showing cards, talking about cards, something where I might actually learn something instead of just you know, the same few topics that people just want to really drive into the ground, I guess. But yeah, like, I would highly recommend, like I said earlier, checking out Scotty Tradition and Rated Rookie. Check out their top 100 videos. You're going to see some great cards. They're going to tell you a few tidbits about some of the cards and why they have them in their collection, and, where they were ranked last year. So you might even go back and watch previous years, and you just kind of see how people's collections evolve over time. And it's just great to see people out there that are still, they're still really into this. And I'm the same way. Like, I'm still really into sports cards. Like, for me, the hobby will never die, or any of that kind of nonsense that people like to put out there. But I don't know. I guess, people like the drama, I guess. But anyways, guys, my voice is really, I apologize. My voice probably sounds bad, but it's starting to really give out on me. So we'll cut this episode a little bit shorter than normal. Hopefully I will be back on my normal schedule Monday. So thanks for listening out there. And if you guys ever have any different topics or anything that you want me to possibly discuss in a future episode, let me know and I'll try to do that. But thanks for listening, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.